America's so young. I've been to the Alamo, and that was, whatever,
Like
170 years ago.
50 years ago, yeah.
And oh my God, it's falling apart. There ain't nothing to see there. I was so upset that I was like, I got hot and sweaty for this. Like,
what is
fuck
there to
this.
see? There must be
Rubble.
walls.
I remember there was one part in particular there was most of a wall and an archway, maybe. And that was like it. Like, that's like so little that it's not worth going. Like, genuinely not worth
Doesn't
going.
have like 4 walls and a fort in the middle?
So it was a big thing, the Alamo. You got to keep in mind, it was a big missionary. You
Okay.
see this tiny little bit of rubble. It is a fucking gyp. It is a tourist trap nonsense.
Yeah.
That's the best
I've
bit
heard
about
people say
Europe
that
is
they're like it's 90% gone. Like everything you see is a reconstruction of what it probably looked like. And it's like, well, that's not cool. I can see scaffolding.
Don't go to
the best bit
Alamo.
about when you go to Europe is like you walk into a bar and it's still operating, and then you look at like when it was built and it's like, wow, this bar has been here for like 700 years before my country even existed.
Yeah. Dude, there's a hotel. I was on some Wikipedia page like years ago trying to find like the oldest still existing companies, and there's a hotel in Japan that's been open for like 1500 years, and it's
crazy.
It's like 1,000 years ago they'd been in business for half a millennia. That's bananas. Like the amount of people over time, like whose entire lives were spent working there, and like it's
no one cares.
Crazy. You don't even think about it the same way like no one will think about us. Like it's bizarre.
I love how you go to like the old places in Italy, and it's like there's always like graffiti on the walls from like 2,000 years ago, and so like Pompeii, because it was like perfectly preserved, there's just like fuckloads of like dicks drawn on the walls and stuff. Yeah. It's fucking hilarious. Like people just fucking in weird positions, and then like a guy like walking like that, and then he's got like a fucking 5-foot long cock coming out from under his little Roman skirt and shit. And that's just still there. It's like, wow, we have not like, changed much.
Back in the day, some woman was like, Julius, don't you go and paint that on the wall. You're making a fool of us in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And now like little Julius's big dicked drawing. Now it's there.
Yeah.
There's a famous one. I don't know where it is, but the guy is writing this whole thing. He's saying something like, "So long, ladies, you had your chance. My penis will pleasure men's behinds from now on. See how you like that." It's literally him being like, you know what? Fuck you, women. I'm gonna find me a lady boy.
The very first incel.
Yeah. Have you seen the one where it's like a papyrus script and it's like a customer complaint? It's like carved into a stone tablet.
Yeah, the quality of his copper was bad, or
the wrong grade of copper was delivered.
Yeah. So it's like, listen here, motherfucker. Like, you fucked up my copper delivery. Like, I'm gonna come over there and beat the shit out of you. It's like,
Dear Mahmood, I am incensed at the quality of copper in thine offerings.
Isn't it cuneiform or something?
It's like literally some guy was like angrily chiseling.
I think it's one of those soft clay tablets, like that nonsense I had joking around with. I think they like press into the sun and then sun bake it, and then take this sun-baked tablet to Yafir and stay and wait for his reply. I don't care how long it takes. Days
it takes
go by.
Like 3 days.
A week from now, Yafir will realize how much he's fucked.
Yeah,
I ceased my purchase of his low-quality copper.
I love the idea of lost civilizations that peaked and valleyed long before our history.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to even tell how long we've been what we would recognize as people. Like if you go back 300,000 years, 400,000. When do you go back and you're like, hey, you're not one of me. You're just a fucking animal man.
Yeah, and that shit, like when they'll say like human beings, like we started between 200 and 400,000 years ago, and
that's
it's
a
like
lot of time.
That's if someone came to me and I said, "When did World War I conclude?" and they said sometime between 200,000 and 400,000 years ago, I'd say that doesn't make sense.
Sounds like you don't know shit about.
It sounds like you don't know much about the topic at hand, doesn't it? And so when they say that, and they're like, "Oh, and this dinosaur, it was the size of a house," and then later they come out and go, "Actually, dinosaurs can't be the size of houses. That doesn't work out physically."
No, that's the. But think about what that would mean, right? Like if there were people just like us, as far as their brain makeup and everything, 400, 500,000 years ago. I mean, in the last like couple thousand years, we've done the thing. We've gone from fucking barely having agriculture to being us on the moon and traveling around and you know all the things we have. That could have happened like 1,000 times in those lost hundreds of thousands of years. No, I love that. That's my
technology
favorite.
is lost all the time.
There would be 100%. That's like with the Antikythera Thera clock, like the first computer that like
that Greek thing they found on the ship.
read the stars. Like I think we just like we were heading in that direction, and then just like Dark Ages, and then it's just like everything just goes to shit, and it's like, and now we're back again. Like we come back, and it's like.
I think if we were to blink out, like if all the humans were to just, you know, like Thanos snapping your finger and we were gone, I think I saw a thing that predicted how long there would still be signs of our presence here on the planet, and it's hundreds of thousands of years because of, but it's not long before there's nothing left. Like even the satellites fall out of the sky, the fucking plate tectonics eat everything,
like shit,
everything
like plastic
rusts,
and stuff
everything
like
degrades.
that lasts.
Why would
like,
satellites
for a
fall
long
out of the
time.
sky?
They're always integrating orbit.
All of them are. Like none of them. They're just stuck there.
Like
they don't.
They don't like an orbit is like technically they're just falling slowly.
I don't know about that stuff like the James Webb that they got way the fuck out there because it's way the fuck out there. Like they can't.
Well, it has to have a.
What's the one that they use to take those unremarkable photos that they punch up in Photoshop?
Those photos are badass. You need to chill. You gotta get some wonderment back in your life. God damn it! I don't want to hear. It's not photoshopped.
It's literally Photoshop. They admit it. Dude, you think there's actually fucking orange novas and shit that they're like, oh, we found all this like beautiful kaleidoscope pictures. Really?
What color do you think everything is?
I think it's way less marketable. I think it's obviously not that. Like the same way they're like, we found life on Mars for the 5th time.
You're a gloomy Gus. You just never.
No,
want
I just
happiness,
demand
any
results. I demand results. Go back to the fucking moon before you keep pontificating.
You're looking at the pictures saying they're not pretty enough for you. Oh, did you touch this up with Photoshop? Oh, Instagram versus reality, bro. Get out of here with your 100.
You're the kind of guy that's like
just because you like your fake stuff.
You look at porn and you're like, she's wearing too much makeup.
She's wearing too much makeup.
She's wearing too much makeup. I can't beat off to this.
On that note, we're gonna hear from a couple of wonderful sponsors. We're a bit overdue there. Happy 7/10 week from PharaohDistro.com. We've all had those days when we'd rather face an alien abduction than deal with life's stresses. Well, PharaohDistro.com can't offer you a UFO ride, but their products might make you feel like you're on another planet. Step up your vaping game with Pharaoh Distro's